Hey, what's up, Tiffany? I took this picture off your Instagram just because it's facing forward. I can really connect with the eyes and I like it and the smile and everything. So I just stole that one. I'm gonna use the Star Child because you had some interest in it in the in our DM. So I'm gonna use this one to flip your tarot. And then I'm going to go over there. We're not going to go through all these decks. This is just a 30-minute. So I'm just going to use the three that I always use in all of my readings, and then whatever calls me from them. Since you have two, I don't normally do specific questions for these generals, for these 30-minute generals. I normally don't do two specific questions. So I'm just going to see what the tarot has to say right now, and then if it doesn't answer the questions that we need answered, then I'll try to flip another deck there. But we're just going to see what answers come through right now. So just sit back. It's 30 minutes. Make sure you have time to kind of connect with the reading. Oh, and I do smoke, so that's going to happen periodically. If I can get you this specific deck, I will. Just because you were I think you were like the 4th person to sign up for my retreat. If you really want this deck, then I can probably get it to you. No promises though. What does Tiffany need to know right now, today? Thank you to my spirit guides and Tiffany's spirit guides for guiding me through this reading. What does Tiffany need to know right now today? What does Tiffany need to know right now? Stiff as hell. I may have to cut them and go in there and get them like that. Because they are brand new and they are not wanting to pop out. Alright, what does Tiffany need to know right now? Okay. So we see some peace coming your way through the magic that you're making here. Bottom of the deck energy was, before I shuffled it, was Queen of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups energy as well. So I see some options coming your way. As far as this thing with your ex, some deep communication needs to be had. Like, you can make it be whatever you want it to be. We got the Empress here. She is the master of creation. It looks like you might be able to get into some lunar shit as well. If you can kind of follow the cycles and make sure you're going through the cycles and cutting things out and bringing things in during the right amount of time, you can make this relationship go however you want it to. But there has to be clear communication, and the communication on your side has to come from a place of not from a place of emotion, but from a place of mental clarity. So you need to, there's some mental healing on your side that needs to happen in order for you to make this situation work. I see that there's some past stuff that's this relationship is always going in and out, and it leaves you wondering what the hell, and it makes you feel less than who you are and what you're capable of. But that's not entirely, unfortunately, Tiffany, that's not entirely his fault, because you have the magic to create whatever you want. So whatever you're letting in and out of your life is what you're creating and what you're letting happen. So we can't give the power to him and put the blame on him and saying, oh, is he coming in and gonna leave again? There needs to be clear communication of what your true desires are. I feel like you're in your headspace a lot, but it's not coming out clearly as far as your communication. It may come out a little over emotional and not clear and cut to where he can understand it. But I do see peace coming your way. I do see some options and some opportunities coming your way because you're creating them on your own. The Empress creates things on her own. But crystal clear communication, strong communication of what you truly desire without fearing that. If you communicate your true desires and you're not getting the feedback that you want, you cannot force it to happen in the manner that you want it to happen. Beyond the communication. So you've got the magic, you just need the clarity, the mental clarity. You need some meditation in your life. I feel like there's just maybe a slight disconnect with spirit, but there's definitely a crown chakra blockage here and a throat chakra blockage. Too much emotion going into it. Too much of a feeling of, I don't want to say desperation, but lack, maybe a fear of loneliness, maybe a fear of rejection, a fear of abandonment going on here. There's a little bit of an anxiety because of what you're creating in your own headspace. Clear, open communication and acceptance of what the other is communicating. If you don't like it, you don't have to accept it. This situation, this relationship isn't your only opportunity. You have plenty of opportunities, you just can't see them. You just can't see it because you can't see yourself for this Empress here. You keep looking into the future with anxious eyes because you're trying to control what happens or trying to predict what happens, when you just need to sit down and meditate and it'll come to you. Spirit will give it to you. Instead of you trying to burn yourself out, trying to figure it out. That's what's giving you that anxiety, is you sit and try to contemplate things instead of going with the flow and trusting. And the trust isn't there because the communication isn't there. The communication isn't clear. You can't just guess whether he's going to be coming in. Why don't you ask him? Where does that fear lie? Why can't we just ask him what his intentions are? And that's something that you need to sit. See how she's sitting and contemplating, and from a peaceful standpoint. Not just sitting and worrying and wondering and wishing and hoping. That's stillness and breath and contemplation. But in this picture, that water's still choppy. That's emotions. Those are your emotions going in and out. Choppy flow, choppy flow. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. And that's because you're not controlling it. You're letting outside aspects control it. Instead of you just controlling it like you're capable of doing. That Empress energy. With that stillness, that breath, that meditation. I feel like when you sit down in meditation, your mind goes all over the place and you feel like you're not meditating. But that's that shadow work, Tiff. When those thoughts come up, you need to have clarity on whether or not it's a real thought or not. And if it isn't, let it go. If it is, then let's figure out how we can heal from it. Deep healing from our mental space is what needs to happen. Crystal clarity, so that you can really tap into this Empress energy and get rid of that anxiety, because you're always thinking into the future and what the fuck is going to happen and how can I make this happen. And those are irrational fears that you're creating on your own. This choppy water is something that you can control. So you need to sit and ask yourself, is this relationship something that I really want? Or are we giving him the power to make the decision whether he wants to stay and whether he wants to go? Do you want that motherfucker to stay or go? Have you sat down and asked yourself that? Do you want that? And if the answer is yes, how can I communicate that to him from a clear standpoint so that he can see that? And so that I can see a clear reaction from him so that I can make a better decision on whether I want him to stay. Clear, open communication, not guessing and wishing and wondering. And trying to create it with your headspace. Nope, you just need to talk about it. I'm not sure you're completely sure what it is that you really want, Tiffany. And that's why you're kind of just wondering what he wants so that you can make a decision off that. Fuck that. Do you want it? Yes or no? Because the way you started the sentence, the way you let the sentence out, that was a negative energy. Or is he just gonna fuck me, blah, blah, blah. If your intuition is telling you that, because you have one, with this big ass crystal rock here and this ocean right here, that's your intuition, but it's choppy because of this anxiety, how she's dripped down in that yellow. That's that solar plexus chakra. That's that mind always in the future and wondering what the fuck. Not only in our business, but in other people's business too as well, Tiffany. Bringing in other people's energies. So as far as this relationship, sit down with yourself, ask yourself, is this something that I really want? Or am I just giving him the power to make this decision for us and for me? When I got this badass creatrix energy and I can have whatever the fuck I want. I don't have to sit and wonder if he's gonna fucking stay and go. I can just ask him, what the fuck is this? And get my answer so that I have more time for myself and heal these thoughts that I got going on in my head. this is a dope deck. Soul's Journey. What does Tiffany need to know right now today? What does Tiffany need to know right now today? Gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Boom. Major opportunities. You also need to start, when you're meditating and praying, start thanking your spirit guides for the life that you have already. Start thanking yourself for the life that you've created for yourself already. There needs to be more of that so we can get rid of this negative thinking. There's too much fucking purple on the table right now for you not to have a crown chakra blockage. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentments blocks the flow of love. So if we're wanting to make this work, why are we holding on to this past stuff? And we know you're holding on to it because that's what the sentence said. Or is he just going to come back and fuck me and leave and blah, 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 blah. So you're holding on to that shit. And we cannot start a relationship on that type of foundation. Clear, crystal clear communication. Open, like y'all have never done before. If you can't do that, then fuck it. Let it go. You have opportunities. Relationships. I'm attracted to the people who serve my higher good. Does he or does he not? Does he or does he not? Simple as that. You ain't even got to sit down and get into this meditation like this. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Does he or does he not? Add to this right here. Or does he take away from this energy right here that you possess? And you know the answer. You know the answer to that. Monology. What does Tiffany need to know right now? What does Tiffany need to know right now? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Have faith in your dreams. A fiery climax approaches. So, I think we know the answer to the question about your relationship. You have some opportunities here and you need to have faith in that. In all aspects of yourself. And the things that you truly, truly, truly desire for yourself. Once you sit down with yourself and be honest with what that is, truly honest with what your deep desires are, because you can create them, you can have them. You need to forgive others and forgive yourself for not believing in that aspect of yourself. So like I said, no matter what decision you make about this relationship, you can create your own happiness around you. But I'm not seeing it going anywhere. And you're not either, is what I'm getting from your energy. You're seeing it is that waxing and waning and that in and out, that choppy shit. That water. But look at all of these opportunities that you're not paying attention to here. The 8 is about taking action on those opportunities. Some deep crown chakra, heart chakra meditation, cleansing, forgiveness of not just others but yourself too. What does Tiffany need to know right now? Surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So are we giving as well as receiving? Surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time. In peaceful sleep and rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. You need more of this in your life. Resentments, 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 resentments. Bitch, what the fuck you holding on to? Why are we letting him back in if we're resenting the fucking past from him already? Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings. Forgiveness. And keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life, instead of sitting and wondering and pondering about these relationships that aren't serving you. We need to heal from that with forgiveness. You have a sacral chakra blockage as well as a heart chakra blockage. So that heart is the love, and the sacral chakra that involves your sexuality and your sensuality. And what's blocking is your fears and your worries and your solar plexus chakra, your crown chakra, a little bit in the throat chakra because of some codependency issues here, Tiffany. So are we letting something back in that we haven't even forgiven from the past stuff that happens? Are we going to let it back in and then we're going to hold the resentments from what happened in the past? I feel like it may go in that direction. But no, Tiffany's going to find the strength to forgive, to see the situation for what it is, to sit down and make up her damn mind on whether she wants this or not. The answer is no. The answer is no. You know that. You knew that from jump. So don't give him the power don't give him this power. You have the power to create the life that you want. So don't sit and wonder what he wants and what he's going to do. Ask him. Crystal clear communication. But I don't even think you're going to ask him, because you're going to sit your ass down and you're going to decide whether or not you want this or not. And you're going to make the decision and you're going to create the path for yourself. You're not going to wonder what the fuck he wants, because you already know. And your mind is already going back and forth from the future from the past to the future, from the past to the future. So you think about the past stuff that you guys have already been through, and you're taking it to the future. Oh, this is what he's gonna do. This is what he's gonna do. And I already know this is what he's gonna do. Why are you putting yourself in that? Why are you even doing that to yourself? When you can just sit down and have a conversation and say, these are my wants and my needs. Can you provide that for me? Relationships. I'm attracted to people who serve my higher good. Can you provide that? Are you going to provide that? No? Then I'm sorry, I forgive you. I forgive you for wasting my motherfucking time and making me think less than this of myself. And I forgive myself for allowing you to do that. But I've got shit to do. You need to have that faith that you can do those things. All right, I'm going to flip real quick about your granddaughter. See what we can get real quick on that. I don't really know the specifics of it, so I remember reading before and about the mom and some abuse happening. I don't know if your son has custody or what's happening. What does Tiffany need to know about her son and her granddaughter situation? Yeah, so unfortunately, Tiffany, you can give your opinion and give some advice and give some loving guidance to your son, but you can't control what happens in this situation. I may have said that already, but it's going to keep burning you up because it's out of your control. And you're trying to force it in a kind of way with him. I don't know, but there's some miscommunication between you and him. But you know exactly what needs to happen. It's just the way that you're communicating it to him. I'm not sure. You have a cycle that you go through with your son. I'm not sure if there's crystal clear communication there. But like I said, you can give him some loving guidance. But this Six of Swords meaning free yourself, transformation. Things are going to change. Things are going to be successful. Things are going to go in the manner that he needs them to go and the baby needs them to go. But it's not going to be because of you, unfortunately. He's going to have to find that strength and that courage and that guidance on his own as a man. You can guide a little bit, but you can't control the aspects of what that happens. You can give him that knowledge that you have. You know something is happening, that there's that red, there's that red, there's that red, there's a little bit of red there. So some abuse is happening, whether it be mental, verbal, an obsession type thing, but it's happening. I don't know if it's the mother or if he needs help. I need more information on that standpoint. But it's up to him to change what's happening with his life and his granddaughter's life. You have to free yourself of his burdens and the cycles that he's putting you through, or you're allowing him to put you through. The love and the care for the granddaughter, you can step in and do whatever you want for that. But unfortunately, you're just going to have to be patient and see what your son does in this. Tell him what your true desires are for him and for your granddaughter, and how you would feel if such and such happened, and what you think may be happening between him and the mother and the baby. Be complete and crystal and open with him about that. But beyond that, Tiffany, you have to free yourself of his burdens. And just love, love, love. And then that's when you'll find peace from this situation. Is just continue to love the baby, continue to love him, continue to give some guidance. But love is the only solution in this. You can't control it, unfortunately. You got to free yourself from it. All right, so that's it, Tiffany. I'm going to send this to you, and in the description box of this video will be the links that you need for, let's see, your crown chakra. It looks like we got some sacral chakra blockage, heart chakra. Yeah. So I'm going to send you those links. It'll be in the description box of this. If you could please send write like a little review that I can copy and paste and put in my website and on Instagram and everything like that. Just a little quick review of your reading. That would be great. But yeah, girl, you already know what to do. So holla at me. Let me know if you have any questions.